Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome. My name, of course, is Potato, and here we check out the latest and the greatest strategy games each and every day of the week. Today we are checking out Infraspace, which is like if Factorio meshed with cities' skylines. It's kind of gnarly, it's kind of cool, and I can already see myself sinking about a bajillion hours into this game. Anyway, let's jump into the game, and yeah, sure, we'll play on medium. We'll jump into the game, and then we will chat about exactly what the heck is going on. As ever, I will do my best to explain what the heck is happening, and we won't really need to follow the tutorial as I already know what I'm doing. Anyway. Right, so this is the map, which is gorgeous and also very, very large. There's these pockets of ore that are just chilling around the place. Look at that. Uranium ore, copper ore, aluminium ore, iridium ore. I think there's also iron somewhere. There's iron ore over there, aluminium ore. I mean, look, there's loads of stuff. I love it. This does look like the edge of the world over there, but I mean, there's plenty of room. There's plenty of room to play around with, and in fact, we're going to be using a significant chunk of this space. Anyway, what we need to do is we need to get some basic infrastructure set down, and we need to start extracting some of these minerals. Now, the way that this differs primarily from Factorio is in two ways. One, it is a lot more transport focused, I guess. And you'll see what I mean by that in just a moment. It also requires humans in order to power some of the different bits and bobs. It's also just a much larger scale. So it may seem like this is a pretty small map, but when you see some of the stuff that I start building, you'll sort of see what I mean. All right, let's get a sand mine and a sulfur mine. And as you can see, very, very small here. What have I got? Sand mine. Let's start sand mining over here. Let's get a sand mine down. Let's get another sand mine down over there. As you can see, that cost 5 concrete apiece. We got 390 concrete. We got 80 steel, 0 power, 20 housing, 6 jobs, 20 population, which we just get by default. And the sand mine requires 3 people, as you can see up in the top right-hand corner of the little box there. And the sulfur mine also requires 3 people. So you know what? Let's get a sulfur mine down over yonder. And I'm actually going to tweak ever so slightly the sound effects there, just so that we've got a little bit more background noise. So that's cool. We also need to get some roads down. Now it's going to be roads that primarily connect everything up. Look at that. Okay, that's going to take a fair amount of concrete, but let's not worry about that too much at the moment. Do something like that. There we go. As you can see, there's automatically a connection between the two areas. We need to get a concrete factory down, which, lo and behold, takes, I think that's 2 sulfur and 1 sand, although it may very well be the other way around because I haven't learned the little symbols yet. Anyway, you'll start to see how this game sort of all comes together in a mere moment when I connect up this. Do I love that there's a bridge there? I really don't. I'd actually really like if I could just sort of bring that across yeah, there we go. Bring that across the desert floor. That's fine. I should mention, concrete factory right in the middle there. That is good in my books. Now, we do need to make sure that we've got a population here, which we do. Now, we also need to make sure that all of these mines are powered, which they are currently not. As a consequence, let's get a wind turbine right over here, and we will get some power pylons. 1 and 2. Yeah, I guess that's completely fine. Brilliant. Okay, and that's just it. Now, that is the very basis of this game. As you can see, what we've got is these tiny little trucks, which appear to be hovering. So I'm not entirely convinced that they need roads, but alas, that is the way that the cookie crumbles, I suppose. Anyway, that's the sort of basics. All of the transports are sort of done automatically, so it brings together this whole sort of factory management aspect, but it also brings like a traffic dynamic aspect as well, which is no doubt going to be very interesting. We should be able to start producing concrete, which is grand, and indeed we are doing that, and we should be able to get 4 concrete for every 2 bits of sulfur, 1 bit of sand. There we go. Bada bim, bada boom. We've got 100% efficiency, which is lovely. There are ways that we can increase efficiency, but not yet, or at least we'll talk about that in a little moment. It's worth noting that the trucks don't have to drive back, so once the sand mine has sent out the trucks, they don't need to drive back to the other end. But anyway, that's the sort of basics. We also are suggested to get down a construction material storage, which is going to allow us to store a whole bunch of concrete, which I will do. Let's store it over here. Sure, it does mean that the concrete factory is going to be able to dispatch little trucks filled with a whole bunch of concrete. That's fine. That's grand. Happy with that. We've now got a pretty decent setup. The other thing that we're going to need to think about is, of course, population, and that's exactly what I was saying at the start of this episode. From the top, the difference between Factorio and this game is the fact that you need to manage a population, and in order to manage a population, you need to get things like oxygen and food and all the stuff that usually you have to get in games like this to manage and look after a population. So a basic habitat, it's going to house 8 people. Let's get that. In fact, let's get 2 of them just for good measure. And as you can see, we need a little bit of oxygen. And in order to get oxygen, we're going to get an atmospheric processor. It's going to require 8 concrete and our first bit of steel to build. But it's going to give us oxygen, and it's also going to give us carbon, which is fine. Let's get 2 of those. I actually think 2 is going to be plenty. We need to make sure that that is powered up accordingly. In fact, I think that should be grand. There we go. And now we are off to the races. We have plenty of jobs. In fact, we got 2 jobs spare. So that is fine. And the only thing that we really need to consider now is how on earth do we get people into these habitats? Well, I'll tell you the way that we do it. We import people via a spaceport. Which is large, but not obscenely so. I feel like up here would be kind of good. Let's build the road first, as it always seems like a pretty responsible thing to do in the first instance is to build a road. Let's link that up there, snap it to the road, bada bim, bada boom. Immigrants ready to move in, 10. Perfect. And in fact, it should increase, actually. Should increase past 10 once we get a little bit more oxygen into these habitats. Obviously, these habitats are not actually utilizing any oxygen at this present moment, but that's kind of where we are. Do we need more power? I don't think that we need more power. I think that we're actually fine for power at the present moment. 0.8 megawatts, 1 megawatt. Yeah, so we got plenty of power. We just need to wait for the oxygen to be delivered across to all of these habitats. Then we got to wait for the immigrants to move in, and they should be en route right now. Looks like a spaceship has just arrived, just landed. If I stick it in 2 times speed, we should start to see some people move in, I hope. Fingers crossed. There we go. We got the pink Jeep looking thing. Nice. That is the sign that people have arrived. Anyway, that is it. That is the basics of what we've got going on. We've got some research, which we're going to get to in just a moment. We've got some city levels. We've got some more advanced mechanics to talk about, such as upgrading habitats. In order to upgrade the habitat, we need to get survival food, which we need to get research for in order to get that started. But that'll come with time. A production overview. You can see what we're producing. You can see how much of it. This shows that we've got production surplus. We can surmise, because we're producing 20 power and we're only using 5.90, that we have a little bit of a surplus at the moment, etc, etc, etc. What else we got down here? City stats, bit of a statistics overlay. Districts, like in City Skylines, you can actually paint districts, which is not really something that I want to do at this moment in time, but we'll worry about that a little bit later on. And then, of course, we've got some nice little overlays to help us get to grips with exactly what the heck is happening, which is cool. Now, I should note that this game is still under development, so there's about a bajillion mechanics that have been highlighted that are currently under development. So no doubt we're going to see a whole bunch of stuff happening. And it's very, very exciting, actually, because I am really, really, really enthusiastic about what this game has to offer. Such a great concept. Okay, let's start the process of getting a research lab underway. And let's also start constructing some blue science pack factories, which require iron and carbon in order to make blue science packs. So let's get 2 of them down. Now, we've got carbon. As you can see, a whole bunch of carbon is being dispatched from these atmospheric processors, so that's fine. But we don't actually have any iron ore. Not yet, anyway. So we should probably get an iron mine down. Sure. We'll go for an iron mine there. Go for an iron mine there as well. And we'll see if we can try and get a road coming across here. I don't think it's going to snap to there, so we're going to have to bring a road slightly closer. Perfect. It looks a little bit janky, but it's fine. Right. It's a little bit of an indirect route that we're going to be sending the iron ore on. But that's fine. Can I squeeze that in there without having to get an additional pull in the middle? I can indeed. Brilliant. Okay. So it's a little bit of a trek. I'm fine with that, though. We are going to have to worry about traffic management in the late game. But for now, I don't think that we really need to worry about it too much. Right, let's get the first bit of tech on the go. Farming, simple tech. It requires 5 blue science packs. In order to build 1 blue science pack, takes 2 iron ore, 1 carbon, make 1 blue science pack. Just that simple. And in storage at the moment, we currently have a whole bunch of carbon and absolutely no iron ore to speak of, which is exactly why we want to see this iron ore coming across here as quickly as we possibly can. Basic habitat is storing 8 out of 8 people. Looks like we've got an abundance of oxygen by the looks of it. Yep, plenty of oxygen left in the atmospheric processors. I know for a fact that we're going to need oxygen for other processes. So that oxygen, I can assure you, is not going to waste. What we need to really do is get some upgrades. Get some upgrades to our basic habitats. It's kind of what we're after. Also, looks like we've got 36 population, 36 jobs, and housing for 36. So, you know what? Maybe instead of relying on an upgrade, might be worth instead just trying to... Oh, simple farm has been researched. Wow, that was unbelievably quick. That was very good. That was brilliant. Let's leave that there for now. Let's get a few more basic habitats. Sure, I'm not quite sure what I'm gonna do for the design for this area yet. It's flexible. It's flexible. Do we need to get... Yeah. Sure, link up over there. That's fine. All right, power is all good. Right, what do we got here? Simple farms. Yes, I would quite like to get some simple farms, actually, although we have nobody to work in said simple farms at this moment in time. But that's okay. How are we doing making concrete, by the way? We're making concrete at a good rate at the moment. Efficiency is not quite where it needs to be, but we'll get to that. We'll get to worrying about the mechanics of that in just a moment. Let's take this out here, and let's get some simple farms at the end of this area. Again, we don't really have the workforce needed to maintain the simple farms, but we'll worry about that later on. Can we link up here? There we go. It's not perfect. We probably used a little bit of extra concrete to make this happen, but fine. We've got some simple farms that are producing at 67% efficiency. Oh yeah, it's because of the lack of workers. Well, those workers are arriving. 43 population, and we've got 48 jobs. So we've got a little bit of a shortage, but it's okay. We've got housing for 60, so we should be able to hit that target in just a moment. There we go, there we go, there we go. And of course, we are going to hopefully get some of these habitats upgraded very, very shortly indeed. Right, let's return to research, see what we've got going on. What do we need? Oh, I know what we need to do in order to get the next level of tech. I will explain it in just a second. So at the moment we're an outpost. In order to get ourselves to the next level of tech, we need to upgrade our city level. Your city will be promoted to settlement once you have at least 5 level 2 citizens. Now, in order to get level 2 citizens, we need to get level 2 houses. It is quite literally just that simple. People are still moving into all these places, which is fine. Habitat is full. Fulfill the additional needs to upgrade. That's pretty much what we need to do. If we are able to fulfill the additional needs, then we will get there. That's it. It's literally that simple. It's literally that simple. So, as a matter of course, should we get another simple farm? I think we should. Let's do that. Let's do that. Also, I'm thinking that we need to get ourselves another concrete factory. Aha. Aha. Look at this. Look at this. This is kind of exposed exactly how we get ourselves the efficiency upgrades. And the way that we do that is we build... Congrats, you finished the tutorial. I didn't even know that the tutorial was currently underway. I thought we'd already done the tutorial. Now I was just going through the motions. Anyway, yeah, right. So the concrete factory, we can now increase the efficiency. We can increase the efficiency of the concrete factory by building it next to its constituent requirements. So the concrete factory requires sulfur and sand. If we were to build it next to 2 sand mines, as we have here, then we would increase the efficiency. I'm trying not to mess up the sort of traffic too much. I realize that's maybe... Also, I think we might be out of power here. Hold on. I think we might be having a bit of a power shortage. What am I looking for? Production overview. Yeah, we got a little bit of a power shortage. That's an issue. 0% efficiency. Okay, yeah, we got to spread that out a little bit. Okay, 100% efficiency. That should increase everything right up to max again. 100% efficiency. Look at this. 116%. We're getting an 8% increase from each sand mine that we've got on the go, which is just grand. And it's going to get us a little bit of extra concrete, which is wonderful. Not enough power in network 1. Lies. Big lies. Lies, lies, lies. I think. Yes. It is lies. Everything is powered. Okay. Research. Back on the research grind. What do we got? Well, we can't do green science yet, but we can do steel production. We can do electronics. Let's do electronics first. So unlocks the copper mine and the electronics factory. Now, I think we need electronics for home appliances. I think we need it for home appliances. We also need it for a few other bits and bobs, but we'll get to that later on. Looks like we've got some decent habitats upgraded from the basic habitats. We need home appliances to take it to the next level. People are still moving in, but that's fine. Survival food. Habitat is upgrading in 20 seconds. We've supplied enough habitat. Habitat is fulfill the additional needs. We're working on it. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. We just need more food, basically. And it's just taking a... It's just taking a little bit of extra time to get to that point. But that's okay. Right. Electronics is good. Green science we can unlock, and also home appliances, also steel production. Well, I guess we can get steel production now. Then we can get green science. Then we can get home appliances. Do steel production now. And that'll allow us to get started with steel. So we got a copper mine. That's grand. Might as well start the copper mines from over here. I'm conscious of the fact that we've got plenty of space. We just need to find out what to do with it. That's the real crux of the matter. There we go. Connect that up. I love the way that the roads sort of all just connect together. It's very, very cool. I'm going to try and build sort of little pockets of activity. So, for example, I'm thinking for the electronics factory, there's no disadvantage to build it. Well, I suppose there's a massive disadvantage. The disadvantage is that we're going to have to deal with horrific traffic problems, which are no doubt going to start to affect everything. But if we do something like this, and I build an electronics factory here, then that's going to hopefully allow us to get efficiency bonuses, and we sort of just pack everything together. Iron is a little bit of a ways away, but I think that we've got plenty of iron. Yeah, outgoing storage is full. Yeah, we got loads and loads of iron. So once we actually require it, we should be good. I'm sort of trying to... There we go. I'm trying to... Ooh, building is colliding with something. I think we should just be able to tweak this. No, we're going to have to ditch the power pole. That's fine. Connect this up. There we go. To there. To there. And then into there. Brilliant. All right, that's good. So we're powered up. We're ready to rock and roll. Yeah, trying to... Maybe this isn't the best idea to have a bottleneck here, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that later on. Look at this. Look at this. It's so cool, isn't it? We can actually tell the roads to go in specific different directions. Oh man, it's gonna become spaghetti-tastic later on, isn't it? Okay, steel production is good. Green science, home appliances. Let's go green science. Sure, we'll go green sciences. That seems pretty rational. Can we unlock the roundabout? Is that a thing that we can get up and running? Might be. Steel mill. Now, steel mill's over here. That seems like a pretty bad idea. We could always get steel mills over here, because steel mills require carbon. This just seems like a disaster waiting to happen, doesn't it? You know what? Temporarily, famous last words, temporarily this seems like a great location for a steel mill. Have all of our habitats upgraded, by the way? They absolutely have. That's looking wonderful. We're going to need to get some more habitats because we are somewhat short of a population right now. Or we will be soon. Let's get some habitats in here. Trying to squeeze a road in here, maybe. I don't really think that we need to do any deliveries to this area specifically. Doesn't need to look tidy, but it does help. Right, oxygen, we've got plenty of oxygen here. Are we able to dispatch some oxygen to these habitats? That would be swell. Let's get some more habitats for good measure. There we go. No more space over here. That's fine. Absolutely no idea why the oxygen wasn't dispatched sooner, but I'm sure that'll be okay. Carbon, we do need a lot of carbon actually. We do have a lot of pressure on our carbon at the moment. Because we need carbon for the science packs and we also need carbon for the steel mills. So it might be worth getting some bespoke carbon production, but we can worry about that a little bit later on. Okay. So the steel mill is looking good. The research is coming along nicely. We're at 65% research, which is grand. That is also out with power range. So let's yoink it all the way over to here. Nice. And the oxygen is looking good. Now, we can always move things if we need to. It's not necessarily the end of the world to move. There is a little cost to moving, but... Oh, no. There is a little cost to moving things around, but frankly, it's such a small cost that I'm not really going to gripe about it too much. I think we're pretty happy with everything. Right, research is looking good. What do we need? We don't actually need anything. You know what we can do, though? Something which would probably make a difference. A minor difference. We can take this to here. Now, I think that should give us... Yeah, that should give us a slight efficiency boost, which is quite nice. And doesn't actually change the delivery system altogether too much. Take this across here as well, because that's probably going to end up helping. I'm just foreseeing problems, of course, when I create four-way junctions. It's just a disaster waiting to happen. But that's fine. We can also get, like, bigger and better roads, highways, super highways, all this malarkey. It's very exciting. Curved roads. Road angle snapping doesn't seem to be working, but whatever. We can raise it, we can decrease it. Oh, it's gonna be a wild time in the future. Let me tell you that for free. So that's what we've got to look forward to. More blue science pack factories. Do I need them? More blue science pack factories? I kind of feel like I do. Right. Nice. I also definitely need more carbon production, but that's fine. Need more iron and you need power. Oh, there we go. We did it. Green Science Factory. We've unlocked it. Beautiful. Right, let's queue up the next research. Home appliances seems like the only thing that we can do, so let's do it, and then let's have a little look at what green science requires. So, it is electronics, it requires blue science, and it requires 4 sulfur. Now, that is interesting. That is very, very interesting indeed. Okay, well, I mean, that's kind of maybe makes a good case for there being like a line of green science stuff kind of behind here. Yeah, I like that idea actually. I don't love it, but I like it. Let's get another electronics factory in here, squeeze it in there. Beautiful. Let's make sure that this is all connected up via roads. Nice. And so we should be able to actually just straight up start working, because the electronics factories are not actually supplying to anywhere else, which is good. Also, I did see very, very cheekily 104% efficiency. It should be 108. That means that we're seeing a little bit of power drop off somewhere. Also, the concrete factory requires more sand by the looks of it, which is just about manageable. Let's sort out sand first. We should see an efficiency bonus here. There we go. Beautiful. That's a lot of efficiency bonuses. A lot of efficiency bonuses. Love to see it. Okay, let's get power connected up. 73%, 100% efficiency. Beautiful. And we'll connect up to the grid. I don't believe that there's any sort of like capacity issues with regards to the grid or anything, but I suspect that that's going to be something that's added later on down the line. Okay, so we have finished our research for home appliances. Let's take a look at what the home appliances recipe is. It is electronics and also iron, so would benefit from being in this vicinity, if it's all possible. I'm fine with that there. He says. I'm fine with that there. Yeah, that's fine. Home appliances, so it's literally 2 electronics and a bit of iron. We need carbon for steel. And we clearly need a lot more carbon. Thing is, though, is that I don't think that there's any way that we can increase the atmospheric processor's efficiency at this moment in time. We've also got an absolute ton of jobs that we actually require. But that's fine. What we need to do, what we absolutely categorically need to do, is we need to get some atmospheric processors down. We need to start working on that. So that's going to give efficiency bonuses to these two hubs here. In fact, if I'm able to tuck them into the corner, I need to click and drag as opposed to just one click to pick up, one click to put down. There we go. That's actually going to make a fairly considerable difference, I think. Oops. Yeah, nice. That may not look like a huge change, but I secretly think that it is going to have a monstrous impact. This is where it needs to be. This is where it needs to be done. How are we doing with regards to people moving in? Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. Can we get another spaceport? I don't actually know if we can get another spaceport. Is that a limitation that we're competing against? Well, guess we'll get a second. Guess we'll get a second spaceport then, because we need way more. We need way more people to do jobs. We do not have very many people at all. Are we making? Yeah, we're totally making. We're making green science. It is happening. It is happening, albeit at a slightly reduced efficiency rate because we don't have enough people to do stuff. And it also looks like we're going to need to get more electronics, just judging by the look of the fact that we have no electronics. But that's fine. This is looking somewhat manageable, somewhat good. Okay, I need to drag this out of the way. Has that broken any networks? I think it did, you know. There we go. That looks a little bit better. The reason that I'm going to try and do this is I know you're unhappy about the fact that I've messed things around. I'm going to try and... Doesn't need to be a road here, but I'll do it anyway. Yeah, the reason I'm going to try and do this is because I would love to get some more atmospheric processors, and I would really dearly love to get more atmospheric processors helping to produce carbon. There we go. That looks grand. Helping to produce carbon, but also giving just absolutely mad efficiency bonuses to everything over here. So that's really good. Very, very happy with that. Can we do anything about the fact that this area looks terrible? I say looks terrible. Looks terrible, works terribly. I turn off snap road length, snap road angle. I can't do that. Oh, it's going to be messy, isn't it? Whatever. Redo it. There we go. Cool. And some more housing. Absolutely. That's brilliant. There's plenty of oxygen to go around. Plenty of oxygen to go around. No traffic jams as of yet. Still confident. Concrete factory needs sulfur. I'm not surprised that we're running out of sulfur. We have increased the efficiency of this concrete factory. In fact, both concrete factories by so much. 140% efficiency. That's pretty mad, actually. Kind of to be expected that we'd need additional sulfur at some point. But good to see that our concrete supply is ticking up, albeit slightly slowly. We okay for survival food? We're okay for survival food. We got plenty spare. Habitat is upgrading in a minute. That is perfect. To be honest, I kind of feel like let's just press on with upgrading the houses here. Let's press on with increasing the population size. Absolutely no need to faff around and wait for anything to happen. We're still fine for power. Barely fine for power. But that's okay. Would love to get a little bit of extra sulfur, but we'll worry about that in just a second. Oh yes, because we need sulfur over here. Forgot about that. Right, 2 more sulfur mines. That's grand. Green science. We do have green science. It is nice. It is nice that we've got it. It is nice that we've got it. We've got home appliances. Are those actually going somewhere? I presume that they are. Yeah, we need 0.5 a minute. Currently being delivered to... I mean, we've got an occasional... Got an occasional home appliance being delivered, but we really need more home appliances than that, don't we? Yeah, okay. It's not time for an overhaul, necessarily. It's just time for us to increase our efficiency across the board. 105% efficiency. Yep, as I suspected, we're out of power. Now, there is substation buildings, there's solar plant buildings, there's nuclear power buildings, but obviously we're not trusted with that stuff yet. I don't think that this requires any workers. It doesn't. Great, we'll build 2 of them because we've got plenty of concrete. I mean, it literally just requires concrete for us to build. So keep the stuff flowing. There we go. Nice. Okay, so more concrete. So that's going to give us huge efficiency increases to the electronics factory. Are those out of range? Oh, shockingly, actually. That's... Right, I didn't realize that... Oh, I didn't realize that one... Oh, I moved that stupid factory, actually. It needs to be over there, basically, to benefit from the triple efficiency. Let's pause and let's rework this area a little bit. Not exactly over the moon about doing this, but I think it is basically necessary that we do it. I kind of like the basic design that we've got, though. Where we've got the production facilities, and let's get that over there. Yep, we'll draw a road through here. And then we'll draw a road along the back. Cool. So we'll try and keep it as tight as we possibly can here. There we go. Nice. Right, so that should work. Let's unpause. And of course we need to make sure that actually the road is connected up. This is already looking messy, but it's fine. It's good, and we'll get down another home electronics place. Ooh. Is that okay? I mean, it's only going to benefit from one. It's only going to benefit from one bonus, which is not great, but it should be okay for now. We'll tolerate it. We'll tolerate it for now. Right, ditch that bit of road because it's rubbish. Plonk that in there. Did that only get one bonus as well? I think it did. Whatever. We're gonna be able to squeeze this one through here. That is messy. That is so unbelievably messy. So unbelievably messy. Wow. But it's worried, but it works. It absolutely works. It absolutely works. Okay, let's get some research done. What do we got? Solar panels, one-way roads, concrete roads, improved wind turbine blades, leads to slower disturbance in the air, which lets you build wind turbines closer together. Let's get solar panels. Let's get solar panels. Let's go on solar panels. Right, that is good. Are we okay for iron at the moment? That's the real question. I think we're fine for iron. We do need more electronics, but I will check the iron situation. So look, iron ore production. Wow, okay, so we're actually in a shortage of iron and electronics, and the reason that we're in a shortage of electronics is because we ain't got no iron. So let's get that addressed with urgency. Right in there. Cool. Nice. We don't have any power over here. Right. Bit of an oversight, but not the end of the world. Beautiful. Okay, loads and loads of carbon is what's needed. We got plenty of oxygen, but ain't got no carbon. That sucks. Probably because we're using a whole bunch of carbon over here. Now we can mess around with the priority production. Yeah, so we can prioritize. For example, we can prioritize steel more highly than we were to prioritize science packs, because currently most of our carbon is not going towards steel. But to be honest, enough of it is going towards steel that I'm kind of like, this is okay. This is fine. This is very fine. Very, very fine. Green science pack stuff is going well. That's grand. We're going to the research lab. We're 64% of the way through there. That's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. Right, are we close to getting any upgrades for our home appliances? I mean, I feel like we should be. Home appliances. We produce 0.12 and we consume 0.13. So the answer is that we're not there yet. We've not got what we need. Or if we do have what we need, we definitely need more. We definitely need more electronic production. That's for sure. That is for absolutely certain. And it's mostly iron that is holding this back. This is an absolute disaster, this area. I'm so embarrassed. There is supposed to be some method in the madness, but I realize that I've just ended up creating an absolute monstrosity of epic proportions. But you know what? Just smash down a few. Turn off snap there. Smash down a few factories over here. See if we can maybe Squeeze that in. Get another bonus. Beautiful. So that ends up working. It looks really messy, but it might end up being just exactly what we need. Plus, they're all in super close proximity to the copper mines anyway. Plus, we can move everything at a later date if we need to. I mean, it's super cheap to move things. I really like that, actually. I really like that it's super cheap to move things. Okay. Loads of iron coming out of here now. That's great. That's really, really good. So much iron. We should have no issues with iron production now. Let's have a little look. Look at that. Production way, 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 way higher than consumption, which is grand. It's just a case of... It's just a case of getting it all moved across to the appropriate location. And that's it, really. That's it. I don't like this junction here, but I'm prepared to fight that battle another day if needed. We got plenty of steel, we got plenty of power. That's wonderful. That is wonderful. Solar panels do seem to be taking an uncharacteristically long time. But again, that is just because we just don't have the iron. I mean, is there a closer iron ore deposit? I don't think so. There's lots of copper ore. There's a little bit of iron ore over here. Aluminium, copper, iron ore. No, I mean, no. I mean, anywhere that we go, we're gonna be having issues. Better to save those iron ore patches for other stuff. Let's just get some more iron mines down, shall we? Oops. Let's get some more iron ore mines down. Good stuff. And make sure they're all powered. Don't think that we can build... There we go. Don't think we can build power poles in the field. Not yet, anyway. Not enough power in Network 3. That is fine with me. Let's get a turbine down here. That'll bump things up a little bit. Cool. It's all one network, isn't it? Definitely is. He says. Definitely is. Right, are we ready to hit our home appliance? Our home appliance target yet? No. Doesn't really look like we are. Let's take this back and let's build some more habitats because we're going to need some more level 2 habitats. Probably regardless. There we go. Build that up there and build this all the way along here. Nice. Well, I say nice. That's a bit of an odd connection, really. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's just gonna remain odd. Remain odd. That's okay. Well, we got plenty of oxygen. That's grand. No real traffic problems yet, although we can no doubt have a little. Well, building efficiency overlay. Do we have a... We don't have a traffic jam. We don't have a traffic jam overlay? I thought we did have a traffic jam overlay. Well, maybe not. Alright, well that's somewhat disappointing. No doubt will be coming soon. Solar power plant. Excellent. That's great news. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. Let's get... Concrete roads, one-way roads. Concrete roads. What does concrete roads do? Let's go for concrete roads. I realize that now all we really need to do is hit our next milestone of housing unit. This is looking good, actually. This is looking really, really good. Plonk that down in there. Brilliant. No shortage of people either. That's grand. And I tell you what, maybe want to get one more home appliance place down. get 2 for good measure. Just to make it look sort of official. And proper. There we go. You need sulfur, but to be honest, we're going to be getting sulfur coming online soon. I really hate this bit of road, but I don't care too much about changing it right now. Still have plenty of iron ore, which is what we love to see. We gotta be hitting some of these. We gotta be hitting some of these upgrade. Ah, look, we got it. We got it. Nice habitat. There we go. Home appliances. So now we need computers and parks. Did we hit our next milestone? To be promoted, your city will be promoted to small town once you have at least 300 level 3 citizens. 300! Wow, we don't even have... I don't even think we have space for 300. Habitat upgraded. So we're probably going to need to get more habitats, right? Almost certainly. Demoted to outpost if you have fewer than 4 level 2 citizens. Okay. Alright. Habitat upgrading. That's grand. I feel like we might need a little bit more food production. Simple food production? What's it called? Yeah, survival food. So we're pretty much matching it. It's a good thing that I checked because there we go. I do want to be staying on top of this. 1 and 2. Excellent. And electronics does seem to be a little bit of a dangerous position. We can fix that. We can absolutely fix that. Looks like the snapping of roads is turned back on. Lovely. There we go. More electronics. Loads and loads of electronics production, which maybe looks out of place. I accept that. However, the good news is that it's going to really, really, really boost up all of these home appliance factories, which is going to have a monstrous, huge effect. Yeah. It's going to end up giving us probably a little bit of bother when it comes to choke points here. Yeah, already we're starting to see that there's some issues with this sort of area here. I'm aware of it. But we'll come back to that at a later date when we need to properly worry about that. We've got plenty of iron ore. Look at this. Look at this. Plenty of iron ore. In fact, this needs to get changed. That absolutely needs to get changed. There we go. That's a simple change that will have much improved traffic flow around these parts. Yeah, that's good. That is wonderful. All of this iron ore is basically going up here. I mean, it doesn't really need to go by... this area. I mean, is there a way that we can sort of like... If I build a curved road, we increase. We can build over patches, yeah. Slightly more direct route. How about that? There we go. So that might help us by bypassing the dodgy corner, as it will thus far, or from hence now be known as the dodgy corner. I think that's gonna make a real difference, you know? I think that's gonna make a real difference. Right, home appliances, yep, that's good. Fine. Tell you what, again, in order to perhaps alleviate a little bit of the stress, why don't we create a turn off that? Why don't we create a direct feeder road into there, and that's going to allow us to deliver home appliances directly to all of these to be decent habitats, which I think will make a difference. I hope will make a difference anyway. Look at this. This is looking great. Very, very happy with that. Very, very happy with that. That is wonderful. All right, nice. It's not perfect, but it's better. Definitely better. Yeah, we've alleviated some of the pressure on this main thoroughfare, which is kind of nice. And it does feel a bit smoother, which is grand. Kind of want to get one of these green science packs. Kind of want to get one of these green science pack factories into the mix over here. Like over in this vicinity. What level of efficiency would that be? That'd be a lot of efficiency, especially if we were to build even more electronics factories around here, which is kind of what I'm doing. There we go. I mean, that's gonna be huge levels of efficiency. Really, really, really huge levels of efficiency. Brilliant. We've unlocked concrete roads. What the heck does a concrete road mean? Aha. So I presume that that's gonna be faster, right? Let's get that replaced. So let's replace this entire road, right? Yeah, look at the speed of that. Look at the speed of those trucks. Oh, that is gorgeous. So we want to see if we can try and get some, I guess, some of these, hold on. Place road. I want to see if we can try and get some of these main thoroughfares upgraded. Not like it particularly matters. I mean, everything can really be upgraded to a concrete road, right? Little laggy as I upgrade, but also makes all of the trucks disappear, which no doubt is a little bit irritating. Go, just whatever. It's gonna temporarily torpedo everything in terms of trucks, but it'll be worth it, right? I suppose there is definitely an argument to be made that we would want to, like, occasionally artificially slow down some roads. But, you know what? We can worry about that later on. How much power does this give us? 50 megawatts? It's pretty huge. 200 concrete and 100 steel. Well, we do have that, but only just. We are a little short on the old steel, I'm afraid. Also want to change the location of this ever so slightly. We can stick one of these in here. That's right. It's getting messy. But it's good. It's good. Okay, small town. We're still progressing to that. We'll get improved turbine blades. Seems like a totally pointless thing to do now that we've got solar panels, but we'll do it nonetheless. And we got loads of electronics factories as well. So that's grand too. Are we producing everything in large enough quantities? Everything with the exception of copper ore. Well, I tell you what, that's a real opportunity for us. Because we need copper ore. Kind of need to find a good place for the copper ore to go. In fact, is there a little... There's a pathway through here. There is a pathway through here. Which means... there is the potential for shenanigans. There we go, and it's difficult to see what's happening, but there's a road there. There is a road there, and that is gonna increase the efficiency of all of these facilities. Maybe not gonna make a huge difference. But it all adds up. It all adds up. It's all about the efficiencies. It's all about the unseen efficiencies. Aha, look at this, look at this. It's happening. Home appliances, they're all coming online. Slowly but surely. Right, let's have a look. Production overview, nope. City level, yep. We're at 120. 120 out of 300. We're probably going to need more habitats. Looking at it now, we're probably going to need more habitats. If we have roughly a third of the population... Roughly 50%. You know what? We might actually be very, very close. We might not need any more population in order to take our city to the next level of importance. But let's be real. We are definitely going to need more people at some point. Whether it's now, whether it's not, let's use this as an opportunity to expand population a little bit. Why did my power suddenly end up going daft? Oh, did I disconnect? I totally disconnected the power networks, didn't I? Yeah, I did that. I'm not sure why, because it definitely can connect up, and it just didn't. Ah, whatever, it doesn't matter. You need blue science, that's okay. Blue science is coming. That's grand. I really like this little bypass thing that we've got going on. Right. Wind turbine blades have been improved. Excellent. So that leaves us only one-way roads to really get to grips with. Upgrades. Improved wind turbine blades. Okay, so that just straight up says there. Can we have a little look how close? Okay, I guess it is something. I mean, it's not a huge deal. I'll build one just for dramatic effect, but it's not game changing. It's not the start of a new age. I'll tell you what is the start of a new age. These concrete roads. The fact that we've been able to speed up traffic seems to have just absolutely killed any sign of any emerging traffic jams, which is just great, to be honest. Just great. Survival food is... Alright, we got plenty of survival food. Not worried about survival food at all. We got plenty of home appliances. We actually should be fine for pretty much everything. It's just a matter of time. Just a matter of getting all of the resources to where they need to be. And we should really be there. As I say, we're getting such huge efficiency levels from all of these home appliance places that I don't really foresee any huge problems. It may look chaotic. It is chaotic. Let's not beat around the bush, but at least it works. At least it works, and at least there are no problems. Let's stick it in 2x speed, given that there's not really anything more that I can do in order to get the upgrades to happen any faster. Sure, I could build a few more home appliance places, but the fact of the matter is that as long as we're continuing to overproduce home appliances and we're not consuming as many as we need or as many as we're making, then we will level up. We're at 167 out of 300, which is a little under 50%. That's cool. That's cool. And do we have anyone looking to move in? Immigration rate moderate. Upgrade your habitats to make it a more attractive place. I mean, look, come on. What are you talking about? We got plenty of decent habitats. This is a plenty attractive outpost. Okay, and we've unlocked one-way roads. Cool. I mean, one-way roads are a dangerous game. Very, very dangerous game. No sign of highways yet. Concrete roads and also dual concrete roads. That's also something that's gonna need to be taken into account. Yeah, one-way roads are a dangerous game. They can go one of either two ways, if you'll pardon the pun. They can go badly wrong, or they can be, you know, stupendously effective. But it takes a light touch, I think is the appropriate phrase. It takes a light touch in order to get them to work, properly. Right, habitat is upgrading. We need more. We are so very close on a number of these habitats. Let's get that connected, and let's see if we can maybe get some. Not gonna be able to squeeze that in there. Fine. All right, more oxygen to be dispatched. No doubt, we've got plenty of oxygen. A little bit of funkiness going on in the road here. I understand that. It's fine. Oh man, home appliances. Come on. You're there. We know you're there. We know you're there. Do I need to get more home appliance factories? I mean, I guess it doesn't really hurt. It's like a super home appliance factory. There we go. Nice. And let's also connect it up around the... Tell you what, this is a one-way road here. One-way road right there. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. In fact, let's replace that with a one-way road. It feels kind of right, you know? Don't quote me on that, though. It does feel kind of right. It does feel kind of right that we should have a one-way road in place over there. Yeah. It also feels like maybe this should be a one-way road in order to ensure that we don't have, you know, dramatic traffic jams. Again, you know what? We'll be able to get to grips with it later on. It's fine. All right, survival food. We are not producing enough survival food. Again, glad I checked. Cool. Plenty of concrete, plenty of steel, plenty of power. Just a case of making sure that we're able to get everything to where it needs to be in good working order. 250 level 3 citizens. We're getting there. We are getting there. This is looking really, really nice. 148% efficiency on both of these buildings. Boosted by neighboring buildings, 48%. What do we go? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times 8, 48. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. 64 is our current best, I think. Yeah, we've got that in 2 buildings, so that's pretty remarkable. That's pretty remarkable. I don't necessarily want to set that as the standard, because, I mean, I don't think that we're going to be able to hit that regularly, but I hope that we're going to be able to hit it occasionally. Right, so, in terms of research, wowzers, this is a lot of research. Planetary capital. Small town is what we're going to hit next. Aluminium mining, large buildings, computers, that's all very, very easy to do. It's all just blue science, which I think we're still continuing to manufacture and still continuing to stack up. Yep, that's nice. And in fact, might even be worth us getting some more atmospheric condensers around this area. Not enough power in network 2. Let's have a little look at the power overlay, shall we? I think it's all one power network, bud. Pretty sure it is. Wind turbines. Yeah, I think it's all one power network. Weird. Maybe there was a spike? I don't think so. Don't think there really would be an infra spike at all. I don't think that's fine. Okay. Anyway, one more habitat to be upgraded, and we are across the line, which is just perfect. So we go from 10 population up to 12 in the decent habitat. All right. That's fine. Habitat upgrading in 60 seconds. Beautiful. You'll love to see it. You'll love to see it. I am absolutely over the moon at how happy everyone is. Habitat is upgrading in 60 seconds, so we got 2 upgrades that are going to happen. That is definitely going to take us over the line. So we will be able to say in a short order that we are a small town in Infraspace, which frankly is all I really want to say. There we go. It's been upgraded. One has been upgraded. The second one is 20 seconds away, 2 seconds away, 3 seconds away. There we go. Bada bim, bada boom, city leveled up. Congrats, your city just reached level 3. You unlock new technologies to research, which is wonderful. Well, I think we're going to do more episodes of this, ladies and gents. This is great. I'm loving this. Infraspace is such a nice game, and we're barely, we barely explored some of the wackier areas around the map. We barely explored any of the ores that are lying out on the map. Uranium as well. I mean, come on, nuclear power plants. This whole thing, it looks gorgeous. It's really piqued my interest, and I hope it's piqued yours. Thank you ever so much for watching. As ever, ladies and gentlemen, link to the Patreon down in the description below. Thanks as ever to the fantastic Patreon supporters, patreon.com/overpotato. If you want to help make videos like this possible, thanks to Banana and Aurelia from the 225 $+ tier patrons. Thank you very much for watching, folks. I'll see you next time. Bye.